Great. So how about the others? Do you guys have a question? Question. Question, guys? None? All right. So if there's no more question, then let's proceed to the assignment. Okay, so let's do this one right now. So write a VB program that computes and displays the total resistance and total current of a parallel circuit consisting of 3 resistors and voltage source as shown below. Okay, so we have here the formula on how to get the total resistance of the parallel circuit. Then we also have here the formula of the total current, okay, on how to get the total current on the parallel circuit. Okay, so
Di po kayo naka-share, sir.
not sure. Okay, so wait a second. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so in my case, I'll just create a new project. Then I'll name this one assignment 01. Okay. Okay, so I need a picture box. Oops. So I need R1, R2, and R3, and then the voltage source. Okay, so for text box. Text box 1. Okay, so to make this bigger or to resize this text box, just click that one, then click the play button, and then check the multi-line. Then you can resize your text box now. Okay, I will also change the font size of my text box. So make it 5 to make it bigger. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. R1, R2, R3, and then your voltage source. And then the result, the RT. Okay, let me just make this bigger. And then the result of your total current. Okay, so let me just put a label for you guys to see that this text box is the R1. So to change the size of this one, go to the font and then go to size and read. So label, change the content into R1. So Control C, Control V, and this one is R2. Another one is R3. Okay, and the last one is the voltage source. So let's put here VS, and then here is your result. So just put here result, and then here is your RT. Another one is your IT, or the total current. Okay, so for the picture box, I'll just get this one. So I'll be using snipping tool. Snipping tool. There we go. And then I'll just save this one to my desktop. Assignment. Okay. Then I'll just import a picture. But before that, I'll just change the size mode into stretch image. Okay, so go to the image and then click the triple dot and then local resource import. So in my case, it is in my desktop. So I'll just go to my desktop, then look for the name assignment parallel. So there you go. Click OK, and that's it. So just resize this one. So I now have the picture or the image of the parallel circuit. Okay, so we need a button, of course. Button. This is where we're going to say compute. 25. So let me just change the name of this one. So if you guys have a question, so feel free to interrupt me anytime. Do you guys have a question so far? Compute, RT, and IT. There you go. Okay, so this is where we're going to put the code. So double click this button. Then you'll see this one. Okay. So in my case, R1, R2, R3. So this is my R1, R2, R3. Okay, so let me just assign some variables. So I need 4 variables. So dim R1, R2, R3, and then the VS for your voltage source as single. So I'll use single for as to show the exact value or the entire correct value instead of just showing the integer part. Okay. So my R1 is my text box 1, R2 is text box 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Okay. So for my R1 is equal to my text box 1 dot text. For my R2 is my text box 2 dot text. For my R3, it is equal to text box 3. Okay, and then for my VS, it is equal to my text box 4 dot text. Okay, so again, guys, whatever is on the right side will go to the left side. So text box 1, whatever is the value of my text box 1 will be passed to variable R1. Same with my text box 2, 3, and 4 will be passed to your R2, R3, and then VS. Okay, so here's the formula for your RT. All right, so RT. So our RT, oops, our RT is this one, text box 5. So text box 5 that text is equal to. So I'll use close and open parentheses. So R1 times R2 times R3 divided by close and open parentheses. So where's the formula? So this one. So R2 times R3 first, then R1 times R3, then R1 times R2. Then add those 3 values. Okay. So in my case, I'll be using 3 parentheses. Everything is added. So R2 times R3, R1 times R3, and then R1 times R2. Okay, so this will be solved first. Same with this one, and then this one, and then everything will be added and then will be divided to the multiplication or whatever is the result of this numerator. Okay, so that is for your RT. And then for your IT, so our IT right now, RT right now is the text box 5 that text. So text box 6 text box 6.text. So text box 6 is my IT, this one. So this one is equal to your VT divided by RT. So your VT or total voltage is this one, VS. So VS divided by text box 5x. Okay. So what is this text box 5.text? This is your RT. So whatever is the result of this one, that is your total resistance. Okay. So let's check this program. So click F5 or start. Okay, so wait a second. So we have here, let's say 5, 3, and then 8. Then the voltage source is, let's say, 10 volts. So if I click compute RT and IT, so the result of RT will be shown in here, and then the IT will be shown in here. Okay, oops, 0.16 something. Let me just change that one. CEI-3A, set the value. Yeah, so 60 is the total resistance, and then 0.16 is the total current. Okay, so that's how you do this one. So I don't know if this is correct, but I guess this is correct. So you can do it manually first to check whether your program is correct or no. So if your voltage source is 15, then the result of your IT is 0.25. So VT or voltage source divided by RT is 0.25. Let's see, 15 divided by 60, 0.25. For this one, of course, you need this formula. So R1 times R2 times R3 divided by R2 times R3, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's how you do this one. Do you guys have a question so far? Question, guys? Question?
Wala, sir.
All right, so how about the others?
Wala po, sir.
So far, is it easy or no?
Sakto lang, sir.
Sakto lang. So I hope that most of you got the process on how to do the assignment. Okay, so I'll close this one now. And then let's proceed to the next one. Oops, 7. Okay, so we have here an arithmetic shorthand version. So we have here addition, subtraction, multiplication, and then division. So for addition, this one, x plus equals to 1, means x is equal to x plus 1. So this one is incrementing by 1. Okay, so you can use this certain formula if you have a loop statement, or if you have an if and an else statement. What else? You can also use this one for arrays, but maybe we won't be able to reach that part anymore since we only have a lesser time compared to the last term. So last term, some of those we were able to cover, but I guess right now we won't be able to cover those anymore. Just to give you an idea, if you see this kind of code, x plus is equal to 1, means you're incrementing 1 every loop in this variable x. So if you change this 1 into 2, that only means that x plus 2. You're incrementing the value of x by 2 every loop. So same with subtraction, but instead of addition, you're subtracting -1 or -2 or whatever is the value of this 1 to your variable x. Okay, so same method with this one. you're multiplying by 1 or by 2 or by 3, or depending on the value of this one, to the variable x. Same with your division. Okay, you're dividing it by 1 or by 2 every loop, or each loop. Okay, and then we have here a constant variable. So variable defined at design time, so contains one permanent value throughout the execution of the program. Okay, so here's how you put a constant value on a certain variable upon declaring it. So instead of using dim, you're going to use const, constant. Var name, the variable name, and then what the type it is. For example, one ideal constant value is the pi value. Okay, so if it's a pi value, of course, the value of that one will not change. So 3.14157, and so on and so forth. So you can put here pi, or whatever is the variable name that you want to put here for your pi value, and then var type should be single or decimal, and then constant value is the 3.14, or depends to you. So say you want to put 6 decimals, then it's okay. You want to put 8 decimals, then it's okay. Okay, so we have an example here. Constant pi val 3.14 something. Constant right as single is 0.07. Constant r as single is equal to 0.7. Then another variable yr as integer, which is equal to 12. Okay, so that's how you declare a constant variable. Okay, question so far? So instead of using dim, use const, or constant. Okay, I'm declaring a constant variable. Oops. Okay, and then we have concatenation operator. So this concatenation operator combines string variables and constants. So you can use either this one and symbol or the plus symbol. So we have an example here, sample the text. So this is a text box wherein it contains hook this plus to this. Okay, so if you're going to do this one, so this statement will be say combined, or will be next to each other. Okay, so to give you guys an example, let me just show you how to do it. We need one text box, say another text box. Okay, oops. Oops, did I erase my text box? Text box 7. Text box 7 dot text is equal to class. Okay, so basically this letter T will be combined with letter S. So you will see ST, these two, no space. Okay, oops, let me just change that one. Yeah, so hook this to this. So basically you're just combining two statements or two sentences. Okay, so you can use plus sign or an and sign. Okay, so you can also do that one in current time, and then format now, and then the hours, and then minutes. So in here, you're getting the hours of your computer, and then the minutes of your computer. Okay, and then this is just a text. Current time is, of course, say Right now it's 10:14 a.m. Okay. So you can also do this one. You can declare two variables. We have here dim first string and then dim last string. So for the first, the value of that one is Jose. And then for the last, the value of this one is Rizal. Okay. So you can put it in a message box or in a text box. Okay. So let's do this one. Okay. So in here, we don't need text box anymore since it will be shown into your or into our message box. Okay. So let me show this one to you. There you go. So you will see this one, Jose Rizal, in a message box. Okay. So to put that in a message box, you can use MSG box. Okay, and then close and open parenthesis. First variable, and then end for the concatenation. And then this one, as you can see right here, we have a double quotation wherein it contains nothing, just a space. That is because for us to have a space. So the one that we did a while ago, the hook this plus to this, we don't have a space in that one. So for us to have a space, you can put or you can include additional space, or you can do this one. Okay, then you will have Jose space Rizal, right? Or you can just use text box instead. Text box 7, the text is equal to first, and then that's, there you go. So we have here a space, Jose space Rizal. Question so far? Question, guys? All right, so thumbs up for Mr. Yoshiro. So I guess there's no question. Okay. How about the others? You guys have a question?
Wala, sir.
All right. Okay. So next one is format function. So controls the form of numeric value or date in the output. So here's the syntax for a certain function. So of course the variable name. So this is actually quite the same with your method. So we have here your variable name or expression, and then instead of that, you're going to use this one, comma, and then the format. Okay. So what are the sample formats? Oops. Here, we have here a format for currency, format for fixed, format for number, format for percent, scientific, for date, and so on and so forth. Okay, so for currency, so since we're here in the Philippines, of course, the currency that will be shown to your Visual Studio will be peso sign. Not really sure, maybe peso sign, still peso sign. But if you are in America, of course, the currency will be in a dollar sign. Okay. For fix, could be, so you can use small letter f or big letter f, so it will display number with 2 decimal places. So you can use fix or f for you to get 2 decimal places of that result. Okay, and then let's say you want to get the exact count of decimals. Let's say you want to get 4 counts of decimals. So you can use N4. Okay, so you can use big letter N or small letter N. So if you want to get 3 decimals, then use N3. If you want to get 2 decimals, then use N2. And then for percent, you can use P or capital letter P. Small letter E or a big letter E for scientific. And then DDYYY for your month, date, and year. Okay, so it will display your date accordingly, month, date, and year. Okay, and then for time, of course, we have the hour, minute, seconds, milliseconds, and then the AM or PM form. Okay, so we have here the format expression as an example. So we have here format 78123.57, and then we put here 0. Okay, so this runs to whole number without separators with a separators between thousands. Okay, so if you're going to put 0, then it will round the entire result. Wait, rounds the whole number without separators. Yeah, it will round the whole result into whole number, so no decimal. So you put here 0, then it will not accept decimal. Then in here, if you want to round one decimal place, so you can use 0.0. If you want to round two decimal, you can use 0.00. Okay, and then if you want to put say separator in thousands, between thousands, so you can include this one, hashtag, comma, and then double hashtag, wherein you'll get a separator in thousands. So in here, 781,234.50. So if you don't want to include a separator, then you can just put this one, 0.00. Then it will just include two decimals. Okay, and then with that, so you can also include a symbol. Okay, so let's say you want to put a dollar sign. So just put here dollar and then a separator for thousands, and then you want to get two decimals. Okay, so that's the result. 781,234.58. Right? So another example, we have here a tax is equal to 0.6775, wherein say format this tax. So tax is a text, this is just a text box, and then format tax, what is the value of tax? So the value of tax is 0.6775, and then you put here a format percent. So you can use percent or P, small letter P. Okay, so in here it will be converted to percent right away. So as you can see right here, we have 0.675. So just multiply it to 100, and then you'll get this one, 67.75%. Okay, so just to take note, if you're going to use the percent, it will multiply this value by 100. Okay, if you don't want to this one, if you don't want to multiply it by 100, then you can divide it by 100, or you can just use the symbol percent instead. So you can concatenate the word percent. So percent first plus tax value. Okay, so you can do that one. Another example is amount is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 65. Okay, so we've used, or in here we've used a currency. Okay, so in here, supposedly this one should be in peso sign, but I don't know, but certainly you can use PHP instead. Okay, so amount due text is a text box is one, and then format amount, what is the value of amount? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 65, and then C, or use format currency, wherein there's an additional PHP. Okay, so for month, date, and year, so it will be shown like this. So you're going to use today, then it will be get the, or it will only get the month, date, and year. So if you want to get the date and then the time, so you can use the function now instead of today. So question so far? Question, guys? Question?
Yes, sir.
All right. So this will be 1, 2, yeah. So last two, since we only have 3 minutes left. Okay. So another format of date. So we have here mm. So if you put here mm, then this will only get the month in a form of number. If you put here triple M, this will also get the month, but in a form of first 3 letter, I guess, or first 4 letter. And then if you put here 4 letter M's, then it will get the entire name of the month. So for December, then December, the word December. Okay, so you can also modify it one by one, or you can put any format of each month, date, and year one by one. So in here we have triple M. So triple M, you only get the first three letters or first four letter. So we have here December, and then D for your date, 25, and then the year, 2016. Okay. Next one, we have here the, oops. Okay, so we have here 4 M's, then it will get the entire name of the month, which is December. And then say you don't want to put the date, then you can just put your year. So month and then the year. And then for time, so you can put here double H, double M, and then ET for the AM or PM. So for hours, it's 9 and then minute 37. So just to take note that in using those function, today, now, and then what else? I guess those two only. So in using today and then now, it will get the current time or the current date of your computer system. Okay? So that depends on the time and date of your computer. And then lastly, we have here the most complete. So we have here double M is of course the month in date, month in number, and then the date, and then the year, and then the hours, minutes, and then the AM or PM. Okay, so far those are the examples on how to use the format. Okay, do you guys have a question so far regarding with this one, format expressions? Question. So we only have 1 minute left. So if I won't be able, or if I can't answer your question right now, then you can message me directly. Question?